Hey guys, Josh with Carl's Mower and Saw. And has anybody noticed how fast winter can sneak up on us? It's not really sneak up, it's all of a sudden, boom, pounce out, and there it is. And there's my pressure washer sitting cold and freezing in the shed. And that's bad news. Today, we're gonna go over really quickly what we want to do and need to do to get our pressure washer ready for the off season. First of all, we wanna get the fuel out of it. The standard gas that we picked up at the gas station, maybe it's ethanol free, probably not. So let's get the fuel out and let's get some Aspen in there, right? So how are we gonna do that? Well, really, we're gonna either suck it out or we're gonna have to run it out, which means we need to hook this thing up to water. So we're gonna pull the pressure washer out. We're gonna do one final clean of the year. We're gonna run out of gas. We're gonna put the Aspen in, run it for a couple minutes, and now we know the fuel system is protected until next season when you pull it out to get rid of the gooey, ooey, nasty stuff that's grown up on your patio over the cold winter months. Next is the pump, right? So here's our pump. We have water that goes in and we have water that comes out. Well, when we shut the machine off, there is still residual water in there. And that water, as it sits in the winter, could potentially freeze. And when that water freezes, what happens? It expands. And when things expand in a tight area, we can definitely do damage. So we don't want this pump freezing. I use this Briggs & Stratton pump saver. There are other alternatives. I like this very well. I like this a lot. That's an interesting way of putting it. I like this stuff a lot because it's easy. I'm gonna hook this up to the hose inlet, right? So I've got my outlet where my pressure comes out and I've got my water hose inlet. This is simply gonna screw onto here. And then I've got a push button tab. I'm gonna push that button. I'll usually pull the rope a couple times with it shut off. I'm not trying to start it until it comes out of the outlet, right? Now I know that I have this antifreeze pump saver in it. And not only is it an antifreeze, there's also some lubricants in there that protect the seals. So pump, carburetor, and one last thing. Usually, actually there's two. Usually one just happens naturally. When I coil up this hose, the water comes out of it. So usually I don't have to worry about getting water out of the hose. But what about your gun? When I get done with this, I grab my gun, I squeeze the trigger, and I let the water drain out. Again, there's a little chamber / reservoir in here that's gonna hold the water, and if it freezes over winter, it could expand. And every spring, we get people come into Carl's Mower and Saw, whatever it happens, I've done it myself, and their pump is damaged or their gun is damaged because of freezing. So squeeze the trigger, let the water drain out, hook it back on the pressure washer, and boom, this thing is ready for the off season, for the hibernation. And hopefully, when you pull it out next spring, it's dialed in and ready to clean for you. We'll see you soon at Carl's Mower and Saw for the supplies you need to get your pressure washer ready for the off season.